Hey, yo, you ready? Let's do it. Yeah. Come on. I'm the definition of half man, half
Welcome back,
dog,
ladies and
half
gentlemen,
fuck.
to another episode of Lawn Chair Talk, live from the Bat Cave here in DJ Beatty's domicile.
Humble abode.
His humble abode. It is a beautiful setting to this. We've got a good old.
Oh, yeah.
No, this is actually a window, and this window goes out to the beautiful landscape of southeast Nebraska. As you can see, the mountains and the pine trees, as well as this beautiful campfire.
Yep, we're all
And-
snug and cozy in
Yeah,
our
we're
blanket
snug
here.
and cozy. And
Got our little bookshelf over here with, what do we have in there?
dictionaries and a lot of Diary of a Wimpy Kid books.
Yeah, Fahrenheit
course.
451, Charles Dickens.
Who was John F. Kennedy as well. Ever read that
Green
book?
Eggs and Ham.
You know.
The
You know
usual.
the way it goes.
I believe this is Season 2, Episode...
7.
7.
Yes.
Yes, Season 2, Episode 7. Here, as Garrett said, in DJ Beatty's humble abode. We're coming to you live, and today, as you can see, we don't have a guest, but me and Garrett, back to the usual, here for our weekly episode. And today we got some good stuff planned for you guys. We got some college football once again, because obviously, college football is all the rage right now.
Yeah, confirm.
Can confirm. Obviously we got that personal update coming back, and we're bringing back Are You Smarter Than a Doane Baseball Player, which obviously we're pretty stoked about. We're going to see how that goes. We're going to cold call a couple guys.
Yep.
And if they pick up, they pick up. If they don't, then we got something else in
And
mind.
that's the rules of the game, You got to just cold call them. You can't let them get time to prepare. That's just the way the game works. So
Yeah.
we're hoping that they pick up, because that would definitely make for a better segment. But if not, we're just going to roll with it.
Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, ladies and
Absolutely.
gentlemen. I mean, that's how it goes.
It
So,
does.
Anyways, I think we'll just start it off with...
Sorry.
guys. I think we'll just start it off with how things have been going here. Obviously, as we talked about last time, really getting into that winter grind. This week is actually we're doing max
Yep.
for some workouts. We got today we had deadlift.
Yeah.
Wednesday we got bench and
No, squat. Back squat.
no, that's on Friday. Bench Wednesday.
Oh, we're benching Wednesday?
Yes.
Oh, this
Give our
is
legs a little
This
rest.
is breaking news for me.
Breaking news for Garrett.
Breaking
but
news. We are bench pressing on Wednesday.
We're bench pressing on Wednesday
I'll
for
be a
one
monkey's
rep,
uncle.
and then Friday we got back squats. So
Yeah.
I mean, we threw around some weight today.
No, we picked up the damn house. You can confirm
We
that.
We did.
Just for a little bit of an insight for you guys, questioning how strong this Doane baseball team is looking. We'll just list you the top 5 here for deadlifts. We have number 1, Braden Jones, otherwise known as BJ.
BJ.
He picked up 615 pounds today, which was pretty damn impressive. Following that up,
Very
we got Richard Redding, outfielder. He picked up 582 pounds. We've got yours
Impressive.
truly in the 3rd spot with 555.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Hudson Minor with 545. And we got Nicholas Yard rounding it out with 506. So we are picking up the damn house. It's been a lot of fun. It's definitely a nice little mix-up from the usual weightlifting regiment. We get to not have to chase a certain speed or go for 5 to 8 reps.
Yeah.
Now we're just seeing how much you can pick up, really see what your body is capable of, and so it's been fun turning into a little ego lifting, power liftings type thing, and I'm all about it. But there's a time and a place for that to happen, and I'm not saying that should be every week, especially for you high school kids listening. It should not be, hey, I'm going to go in the gym and see how much I can max out every single week. But we've had this sort of cycle in the fall, and we've built up to this, and so it's really fun to be able to see how it actually turns out and seeing how strong we are. So
Yeah, I mean, it's truly a build-up. I mean, you got to be able to be smart with that, but you also got to be able to push yourself a little bit. You got to really see what you're capable of doing in the weight room. Because obviously, you know, as an athlete, especially in baseball, I mean, ego lifting is one thing. I mean, if you can bench press a ton and deadlift a ton, like all that, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it only means so little. But the main kind of purpose behind it is just really building up and kind of it's a chance to see your progress. Obviously, you know, like during the fall, it's kind of that build up period of, okay, how fast can I move weight and how much can I build up each week? And then when you get to that point in the winter where it's like, all right, my body feels good. I've had kind of a little bit of a break on the field, so now I can kind of test myself and see what am I capable of picking up here, you know. So I think it's one of those things where I think a lot of people are very intimidated by it at first. Like first kind of glance, you're kind of like, all right, like you know, that's a lot of weight to get up for one rep, and it's truly like you're fighting up there.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the thing, man. Like it's definitely cool to see. It makes competition a lot of fun, and you know, I mean, just the adrenaline, the rush, everything that you kind of get through it from other guys around you, you know, it's a lot of fun. It's definitely one of the best weeks in the weight room to really see as a team. So I had a great time with it today. I look forward to Wednesday. Actually, I don't really look forward to Wednesday. Bench press is definitely not my forte. But
yeah, no, I hear you there. Unfortunately, we, you know, being baseball players, we've done a number on our shoulders over the years. So bench press doesn't always treat us exactly right, but you know, sometimes you get in those situations where you're bench pressing, and like we were talking about earlier, you got to be smart with it. You know, I'm not going to try to push something that I can't get up and risk an injury and risk, you know, all that I've worked for the last 5 months go down the drain. So another one of those things where we're going to be making sure that we get after it, but at the same time, knowing your body and not trying to ego lift in the sense of, man, I got to prove this to my coach or to my strength coach or to my teammates. You know, everybody knows that we're all going after the same goal. And at the end of the day, if you're not healthy, that's not going to help anybody out. So, but yeah, so shout out to the women's basketball team they were in the weight room today. They just reminded me we had a couple of the women's basketball members shout out the podcast. So appreciate you guys for listening. We just love our loyal viewers, and we're going to make sure that we get a giveaway out here shortly.
Yeah.
That'll be announced on our Instagram. Yeah. So we're going to have a nice special signed item to give to two lucky winners, and we're going to post some on our Instagram, so watch out for that, and it'll be the first 2 people to like the Instagram story will win. So keep an eye out. I know we hinted at it this weekend, but yeah, it's for real. So shout out to the women's basketball team here at Doane.
Yeah, shout out. I mean, just definitely cool to see. You know, people watching it. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun for us to be able to do. It definitely feels good when people recognize that and, you know, kind of see it. And, yeah, it makes it a lot more fun for us. So I think it's definitely going to be cool to do a giveaway. Hopefully get some good traction there. We're hinting at it, obviously, but we're not going to release what it is right now.
Yeah,
but we'll be on the Instagram, on the story, as Garrett said. First 2 people to like it, you know, you're a winner.
And not to mention, a couple of the basketball players also hinted at the fact that they would be interested in some Lawn Chair Talk merchandise. Obviously, we're not to that point yet, but who knows? If this thing starts taking off, man, we're going to start ripping some merch. We're going to start doing some giveaways in that regard, too. So make sure you guys keep liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing with your friends. And you never know where this thing is going to take us. But talking about the off-season, obviously, we're still in that, you know, yeah, Bridges, they are, man. Yeah, man. I mean, we're just filming Lawn Chair Talk here. No, it's fine.
Sometimes there's got to be some interruptions.
But, you know, like I was saying, you got the off-season. We're doing a lot of throwing programs. Everybody's starting to increase their volume and their intent. Some guys are actually backing off because they didn't shut down after the World Series. But everybody's continuing to get their own stuff done, being on their own throwing program. Everything's individualized. So just maintaining your body, and for some guys building up, getting ready for that springtime to come around, and even the winter live ABs, you know, just getting your body ready to go. And it's fun. It's a lot of repetition. You're always in the GIF, and it's kind of a constant cycle. You know, what I got to do, it's like Monday through Friday, I'm pretty much getting to the GIF, and I'm warming up or, you know, throwing, doing my post work, and kind of gets repetitive, but that's just part of the process, right? We had a very busy fall in terms of playing games, playing inter squads, and now you're just to that point where typically we have been getting blessed with some amazing weather, but typically it would be about 30 degrees and maybe snowing or windy as hell. And so you wouldn't want to be outside anyways. So
Right.
it's a little different because of the fact that we've been having the great weather. You could be thinking of like, man, we should be playing a baseball game out here right now. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles, you know. It's the same way if you were in Phoenix, Arizona right now. They're going to be
For sure.
on the downtick and they're not playing games. But we're looking forward to continuing to ramp up and get stronger and get prepared for the spring to come around because it is really right around the corner. You know, you get to late December, early January, you got to be ready to run.
Yeah, you got to be ready to go. I mean, you got to make sure that obviously during the winter, as Garrett said, I mean, it can kind of get a little boring as far as, you know, kind of doing the same thing every day. And, you know, you kind of feel complacent just because you're not on the field. You're not really getting that competitive aspect kind of going within the game. So it's kind of that point in time where it's like, all right, it's very individualized and it's kind of looking at, okay, what do I need to do to make sure I'm putting out my best come springtime. So, you know, it's a great point to look at. Obviously, more of it is towards the weight room, which is great. And yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of fun, and obviously we got, you know, a lot to look forward to as far as the spring goes. Really don't know if we can really release anything about our schedule, but as far as what's been posted is our conference schedule, and we do know of at least one non-conference, which would be in Oklahoma, which very excited. Kind of that point at the beginning of the season where you're not in conference, it's a lot of fun to be able to go out and kind of see some outside of conference competition because it really gives you a chance to kind of see, you know, what it could look like, you know, playing in a regional, playing in Lewiston for a national championship, and kind of those teams that, you know, you got to be able to compete against because obviously, you know, competing against your conference is one thing, but obviously there's more teams just outside of, you know, our conference. It's a whole, you know, level of competition that you got to be able to kind of see how you match up with and kind of test yourself with. So I think it'll be a lot of fun to be able to travel to some of those games. We don't know exactly what teams we'll be playing as far as that goes, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun to see how that goes. So.
Yeah, and so you touched a lot about how it's always important to win those conference games, and then the non-conference obviously doesn't hurt your conference standings. But we talked about last week with Pat Narduzzi from Pitt talking about how that game against Notre Dame didn't mean anything to them. That is completely not the case for us. Every game matters, and it's awesome to be able to have that opportunity to play a really good team outside of your conference early because all those wins really do matter. I mean, when you get to May and people are talking about regional rankings and you had a chance to beat a really, really good team and you maybe didn't take advantage of that, I mean, that can hurt you in the long run.
100%.
So, and it also can boost you. I mean, if you end up not having that strong of a conference performance during the season, but you beat a top 10 team in a series early in the year, I mean, that gets taken into consideration. So it's really
100%.
important to come out of the gates swinging, and obviously it's easier said than done because we're going to be a brand new team, and although we played 3 scrimmages in the fall, we don't really know how we're going to play with each other and how our staff is going to look exactly. So it's going to be a really good test, and I mean, super excited and super blessed to be able to have the opportunity to play that high competition early in the year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we found that last year, definitely a big factor. Looking at it, you know, we didn't win our conference in the regular season or in the tournament, and that hurt us to be able to make a regional because obviously you win your conference, you're guaranteed a spot in a regional. And, you know, when it comes down to that, and, you know, we had a good season, and we just didn't have enough to be able to say or to put us in a conversation of being in a regional. Now, I disagree with that personally, but to a committee like that, you know, they look at a team like us where up to down our conference isn't viewed as a powerhouse conference nationally. So therefore, you know, they kind of look at us, you don't win your conference. Okay, well, what'd you do outside of conference? And, you know, we had quality wins here. And then, you know, we had a couple games kind of get away from us. And, you know, that's kind of the difference that didn't get us in a regional. And, you know, you can look back on a season like that. You can look back at other teams that made it over you and, you know, you can kind of hold your head. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a new season. We kind of learn from a situation like that and kind of take it as, you know, especially as a player, you got to take every single game as kind of your last, you know, especially for me and Garrett, you know, getting older, you know, this is potentially our last year. So it's kind of like, man, you got to kind of give it all you got to be able to go as far as you can. Because obviously, I think we've both talked about it, and just looking at our team as a whole, like we have a great squad. We're very confident in this team to be able to go far. Now, as far as what that is, we don't know, but the expectation is certainly high to be able to be competitive against top league or top national ranked teams. So it's exciting. It's definitely cool to see. So.
And not to mention, you talk about the high expectations. Some people don't want those high expectations. That's exactly where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have everybody coming for your back. There being a big fat bullseye on all of our backs. That's what you want. You want to be the team that everybody wants to take down. You don't want to be the underdog that's nobody's ever talking about and people aren't really worried about you when they got you on the schedule. So, I want to be known to, like, we do believe that we have a good team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that team should watch out for us because I think we're going to be a really not fun team to play. And especially late in the season, depending on regionals and stuff, I think obviously you never know how it shakes out, but if we end up not hosting a regional, you do not want to see our name in your regional.
100%.
So
yeah, I think that's kind of the expectation as you talked about, and it's also looking at us as a team. Like I see this team as very gritty, very, just a team that's just going to keep on scrapping away, and especially with a lineup like we got some dudes that can really do some damage from the top to the bottom, and even not even talking about guys who can hurt you with the long ball. It's guys that can just grind out ABs and find a way to get on and cause mayhem. And especially looking at our pitching staff, like guys that are competitive in the zone aren't going to give you a whole lot of free passes and, are going to make something happen, going to make you beat us. And I think that's going to be a huge factor to us being a competitive team and being a powerhouse team, to where we are going to make you earn it. We're going to make you have to play your best to beat us. So if we show up every day and play our best baseball, I don't see a whole lot of teams that can, be able to beat us. Honestly, That's the truth too. And it's confidence, obviously, and it's a long ways away, and we got to actually prove it. But just looking at the fall, just looking at just how we shape out, that's just, it has to be the expectation, and it's a realistic one too. So if we do what we're supposed to do, I see this as being a team that can contend for at least making it to the national tournament, which is huge.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
Yeah, moving on now, I think we'll get into some college football now, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, last weekend with our picks, we did okay.
We did all right.
For the most part, I don't think there was a whole lot of upsets or shockers. I would say the only one that really piques my interest was definitely the Alabama-OU game. OU kind of walking into a dangerous environment out in Alabama, and props to them, man. They held it down. The offense was terrible from them.
Yeah.
And but Alabama, they just kind of gave them the game there at the end. Those turnovers really killed them. And I think that was what we talked about last week. Was we were saying, look, like the turnovers, whoever turns the ball more, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
And so even OU, that's a team that could be scary if they figure out that offense. If Mateer plays like he is expected to, as far as what we saw from the beginning of the year, this could be an OU team that could shock a lot of people, and a team that's really looking like they deserve a spot in the playoffs. So I think we'll kind of start that off as far as playoff picks.
Sure.
So, you want to start it off, or you want me to take it away?
You might as well just keep going, honestly.
All right, I'll keep it.
Got a question for you guys. College football.
Okay.
Sure.
So the question is, who is the top quarterback with the most passing yards this season in college football? FBS.
As of right now.
Yeah.
I would venture to guess it's Sawyer Robertson from Baylor.
That would be my guess.
That is correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You guys name the second.
I would say maybe Drew Mestamaker from UNT.
Ooh. I feel like he's got to be up there. Maybe.
Good guess. He's number 3.
Is it?
Aguilar.
Really?
Joey Aguilar, really?
Impressive.
Wow.
Who's number 3? Oh, you just said the UNT
Drew
guy?
Mestamaker.
Who's 4?
Walker Eckett, San Jose State.
Oh, that makes sense.
checks
They got the
out.
leading receiver too.
Who's number 5? Let's just go top 5. We'll take top 4.
Sure.
Interesting though.
Yeah, it's
I
interesting.
could have also seen the furry being up there as well.
Yeah, Josh Hooper.
Josh Hoover.
Yeah, the furry. Shout out to Caden Crawford.
Yeah, shout out to
Your
him.
quarterback puts on a dog suit or whatever and goes to festivals or whatever. But I mean, we talked about it today at the GIF. We were saying, I mean, if Baylor is an 8, I mean, at worst an 8-win team, I mean, Sawyer honestly runs away with the Heisman.
Yeah, he's leading in passing yards. I believe he's also leading in passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, and it truly, even though they haven't won a whole lot of games, they're 5-5 now, I believe. But those wins, you credit a lot to him because they have a horrible defense. And truly, for Baylor, they really got to put up a ton of points to be able to be competitive in a lot of their games. You credit a lot to Sawyer for doing that. They've had a few games get away from him, and the only thing that I can really discredit Sawyer on is that he's not super efficient passing-wise. But that's a guy where you kind of you put a lot of trust in him to be able to throw the ball that much and to make something happen. He makes big plays when they need it. Obviously, the record doesn't show for that, but it makes it interesting where a team like that, 5-5, I mean, should he have some Heisman type of, credit to him? I mean, it begs the question.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to look at. But I guess I'll get started with my playoff bracket. I don't even remember the last time I did it, what I had, but obviously kind of a lot's changed. But I think it's pretty easy.
I think we did it 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
We just try not to do it every week just because a lot of the time, you get a slate like this weekend and pretty much every upper-ranked team is going to take care of business, so nothing's really going to change. But
yeah. So for my number 1 team, I got Ohio State. I just think, do I really believe that this is the best team in the country? Maybe, maybe not, but it's hard to argue against them just because they've taken care of business week in and week out. And I just think that's the safest pick to put at number 1. My number 2, I got Texas A&M. That this past weekend definitely scared myself and a lot of other people, I think. I mean, being down by 27 at half, but then you got Marcel Reed absolutely locking it in and just going ballistic in the second half and leading them back to a win. And plus that defense in the second half, I mean, didn't allow a point. Barely allowed any offense. Absolutely shut them down. Just a team that just rallies and just plays well. They have a very favorable schedule other than their last game of the year playing against Texas. That could go either way. Texas isn't a team that should by any means be taken out of consideration. They still are a good team and can make something happen. So my number 3, I got Indiana. Similar to Ohio State, I think they've just taken care of business week in and week out. I think this is definitely a top 3 team in the country. I think realistically with any of those 3 teams, you can really put them in any order as of right now. I honestly think, looking back now, I think A&M, you could probably slide them into the number 1. I think as far as a resume goes, they've probably proven more, but I think this is sort of looking out towards the future. I think this is kind of the safest option to have 1, 2, 3 here. My number 4, I got Texas Tech. Once again, I think Texas Tech is good. I think they're going to be a Big 12 champion. That one loss kind of hurts them, but once again, you could kind of argue for it. Their quarterback was out, stuff like that. I think from here on out, they're very favorable. They just haven't been tested necessarily, and I think that might hurt them in the long run as far as the seeding goes. So I have them at 4, still high. Still gives them a first week bye. Number 5, I got Georgia. I am still pretty high on Georgia. What they did this weekend was very impressive against Texas. I mean, they have Texas's number from this year to last year. But, I mean, once again, just took care of business. Gunnar Stockton looked very good. He was efficient with it. Defense looked very good. Shut down Arch very well. Looking like a scary team to be able to maybe make a case at an SEC title. They're in, kind of the mix of making it to the SEC championship. Anything could happen there. Kind of a legit scary team to watch out for. Number 6, I got Ole Miss. Once again, another team kind of in the mix there. But Georgia definitely has that win over Ole Miss, so I kind of give the edge to Georgia in that sort of sense. Number 7, I got Oregon. Just a team that I think, has just been kind of overlooked now. And they had that big win against Iowa. They got a big game coming up this weekend against USC. I think they take care of business against them. They got them at home. Just an environment that's kind of difficult to play in. Weather plays a huge factor. I think they're able to take care of business against USC. So I have them with, some resume wins that could help them at a playoff kind of picture. But once again, not going to be a Big Ten title team. So, but I see them, getting in and getting home field advantage for that first week of playoffs. Number 8, I got Notre Dame. Once again, pretty good resume. Obviously, they had those early 2 losses with Miami and A&M. That A&M is starting to look a lot better of a loss than we thought. They've taken care of business from here on out. Obviously, big game against Pitt this past weekend, which to me isn't really viewed as great as kind of we thought, just because of the Pitt coach really just taking all of the kind of credit out of it just by saying, I don't care if we get beat by 100, which I don't want to get into too much because, wow, that was crazy to say.
Yeah,
but I got Notre Dame in there. Number 9, I got Georgia Tech. You got to throw in an ACC team in there. And as of right now, this is kind of the team that looks the best to be able to win the ACC title. Virginia's up there to possibly do it. Louisville, but I think as far as we look at their conference schedules go, Georgia Tech's got a favorable schedule. They obviously got Georgia coming up, which could be, a toss-up game. Maybe they come out strong and, beat Georgia. Obviously, they're going to look a lot better. Have to throw them up way higher. But as of right now, you kind of see them as a 2-loss team, hopefully, and winning an ACC title. So you throw them in there. Number 10, I got Oklahoma. Just a team that before this week was kind of like a first-out team as far as the playoffs went. But going into Alabama, it's kind of hard to not put them in. There's a lot of question marks with that team as far as offensively. But defensively, they've just been locked down. And them going into Alabama against an Heisman contending quarterback with Ty Simpson, that's a tough environment to play against. They took care of business, found a way to get a gritty win there. And so I got them at number 10. Number 11, I got Alabama. Once again, the resume speaks for itself right now. Obviously, in SEC play, they only have 1 loss. It's a team that can make anything happen, right? Just because of this loss, I have them down a lot. But looking out towards the future, I think it's a team that potentially could make the SEC title game. They're not out of it yet. They have that win over Georgia, which could help them. There's a lot of question marks with the SEC on what could happen, especially in the top contending teams. But I just don't see a world where they're not in it. I think they get a lot of praise just being Alabama, so I see them as getting in. Number 12, I got UNT, University of North Texas, to be my Group of 5 team to win the American. Now the question there is with what I was going back and forth was JMU and with UNT, because I think at this point I see UNT being able to win the American. But the question is, would JMU favor better than that? And I think UNT would, because as of right now, you got Tulane also ranked, and they would have to beat Tulane, so that's a ranked win on the schedule, and JMU does not have that. So I think they'd be able to jump up in front of JMU because of that. That's my only reasoning with that. Now, obviously, things have to happen there where UNT has to win the American, but my other pick would definitely be JMU to go ahead and do that. So there's my picks.
Yeah, this is it's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
We damn near have the exact same ranking. And it's totally, obviously we do this on our own, so this is no bias at all.
I like that.
But for me, I have Ohio State also at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that they're the best team in the country until they're not the best team in the country in my eyes. I'm not saying that they're the best, most talented team, but the resume speaks for itself. So I don't really know what else you're supposed to say about that.
Yeah.
They've got a couple really good wins, and until that Michigan game, I guess we'll really never know. But assuming they take care of business, got them at 1. And then Indiana's right underneath them. I think that those two teams are just interchangeable. I think that they've just been on a tear. Obviously, had the question mark game against Penn State, but I think this team just looks really, really dangerous. And I really like Mendoza, and I always can trust Coach Sig. So,
Yeah, 100%.
winning the big game, you got to give him some credit. Then I've got Texas Tech at 3. Reason I say that is just because I think that they look a little bit more complete than A&M. I have A&M right underneath them at 4. You talk about just the Grady win this weekend. Looked horrendous in the first half.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where my concern comes from is just how is Marcel Reed going to bounce back from that after just being abysmal, throwing a ton of picks. I just don't know if I trust him more than Baron Morton. Now, the caveat to that is that Baron Morton is essentially hurt.
Yeah.
Like, he has looked very crippled with his fibula thing that he's got going on. So we'll see how he does to end the year. Maybe he gets healthy. Maybe he doesn't. If he's immobile, then I think that they're in trouble.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to take care of the teams in the Big 12, but they go play against an OU pass rush, and, like, it's going to be bad news for them.
100%.
But that being said, at 5, I got Ole Miss. I just think that they are looking really good. They have just been on a roll with Trinidad Trambless. Obviously, had a little bit of a questionable game against Florida this weekend, but they took care of business, and that's a game that's kind of testy because Lane Kiffin's going through a lot. Doesn't know if he's going to be the coach there next year or not, or if he's going to take another job. You would assume he's probably going to take the Florida or LSU job, and obviously that's one of the teams they played. So you never know if he was just kind of in a rut.
Yeah.
But right underneath them, I got Georgia, and that's kind of the same way with A&M and Tech. I could see them being interchangeable as well. Georgia looked fantastic against Texas. And Texas is obviously a team that we've been questioning the whole year, have been inconsistent on the offensive side of the ball, and they looked really good on offense. Like you said, Gunnar Stockton looking like a great quarterback. So they continue to roll. At 7, I got Notre Dame. And the reason I say Notre Dame is I just think that they obviously have the not great loss to Miami. But early in the year, it's a tough thing to do when you're playing a top 5 team in the country at that time, on the road, not to mention. And then they got the only loss to A&M. So that's not a bad loss. And they lost by 1, and we talk about the literally the backup punter or whatever muffing the extra point that would have sent it to overtime. At 8, I got OU. They completely shattered my expectations. I thought they were going to get just boat raced in Tuscaloosa. That front 4 is really scary. I mean, they put a ton of pressure on Ty Simpson and made him look the worst he's looked all year. And if they can keep doing that, I think that Mateer ends up kind of hitting his stride. They talk about him not being 100% healthy the last couple weeks. He's starting to finally catch his groove. He didn't look great this week, but they're saying that he's throwing the ball a little bit better. He's got more velocity behind it. Hopefully he becomes a little bit more comfortable and can really step into that playmaker that they need him to be in order to make a championship run.
Yeah.
I got Alabama at 9, just right underneath them. I still trust Alabama. I think they're going to be a good team. Obviously, they're probably not going to make the SEC title game, so as long as they take care of Missouri, or not Missouri this weekend, sorry. As long as they take care of Auburn in the last game of the year and they don't let the Iron Bowl get to them, I think that they're going to be secure in the playoff mix. At 10, I got Oregon. I just think that Oregon looks good. Had a testy game against Iowa early in the year. I know it's a tough place to play with the weather and all that stuff. Big win against Penn State, which doesn't look that big anymore. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dante Moore is a good kid, good player. But
Yeah, good above the shoulders.
yeah, great above the shoulders. Knows how to answer the tough questions. But he looks good, and we'll see. I don't see them making the Big Ten title game either. So, but I also wouldn't put them above Indiana or Ohio State.
For sure.
So then at 11, which this is just sparking a whole new conversation, I got Georgia Tech. The ACC is just horrendous.
Yeah,
I mean, they
terrible.
have proven that that is the weakest conference in the country. You know, I had Virginia in there a couple weeks ago. They absolutely crumbled. Georgia Tech almost lost to a 1-win Boston College team this weekend. I mean, it would be shocking to me at this point if an ACC team got in the playoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that you got to give the ACC champ a playoff spot, but I think that you might have to make an exception here. I mean, they have just been awful.
Yeah.
I mean, just horrible. Whether it's Louisville, whether it's Georgia Tech, whether it's Miami, I mean, all of them have had horrible, really, losses this year, and I don't trust a single offense from any of them. They got a tough game against Georgia.
Yep.
Probably going to get boat raced in that game, and we'll see which 2-3 loss ACC team gets in after that. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And then at 12, I also have UNT. I just think that, like you said with JMU, if it comes down to a one-loss UNT or a one-loss JMU team, I feel like you have to give it to UNT.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that that's the more complete team. You have a better playmaker under center, a more trusted coach. I just think that UNT you would have to go with. Obviously, the American is a complete cluster. Like, we don't really know what's going to happen there.
Could
You've
be a
got
lot of
Navy,
teams.
you've got ECU in the mix. I mean, could you imagine if ECU
Yeah.
made a run, got to the title game?
Tulane.
Tulane's there. I mean, it's crazy. So obviously tough to say that you think UNT is going to win out, but I think that they do. I really like Mestamaker.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for him also. He is
Me
just,
too.
I mean, he's a guy that is so easy to cheer for. So I got UNT rounded out at 12.
I like it. Looks good.
Very
yeah,
similar.
I mean,
very, very similar.
the American is just such a question mark.
Yeah.
And honestly, I wouldn't be mad at Navy making
Oh,
it.
dude, I'm totally back in Navy. Navy's actually sitting at 1 in the
I mean,
conference.
if you think about it, like from my prediction, because I have Georgia at my 5, and it would be Georgia versus
Navy.
Navy.
Right.
And who'd you have at your 5?
I
believe you had Ole Miss.
I had Ole Miss.
I mean,
That'd
imagine
be hilarious.
Imagine,
The air raid versus the option.
Yeah. I mean,
Georgia
come
would
on.
definitely be a worse matchup, I think, for them.
It would be.
Just because I think their front 5 are a lot better.
Uh-huh.
But if you had Ole Miss against Navy, I mean,
come on.
If you've ever seen a trap game before, Lane Kiffin
Dude.
is on the not the hot seat, but he's
questioning.
probably going to leave Ole Miss
Yeah.
after this year. Could you imagine if he gets in the playoff at the highest ranking they've ever been at
Mhm.
and lose to the fucking triple option? Like, that would be wild.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't hate that whatsoever. I feel like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, come on, don't put in Navy." Like, come on. I mean,
Dude, if you think about it, Navy's damn near the deepest team in college football.
I mean, honestly,
you
but
got
like,
the first string, the second string, and the third string, and they can all run the offense to a perfect T, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not throwing it.
Blake Horvath has been absolutely unbelievable. He goes down this weekend with a hamstring, which hopefully he'll be healthy for next week.
Yeah.
They bring in the backup, Braxton Woodson, and he just doesn't miss a beat. I mean, he almost looks better.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter who gets hurt on this team, I mean, you got next man up mentality. We're talking about the
100%.
United States Navy here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is next man up. I mean, doesn't matter. These guys are just cold blood killers. I mean, they are going to run the triple option down your throat. So we'll see. I mean, I think that that's the team that I'd be cheering for the most
100%.
to win the American. I don't know how that would fare. Now, I will say they dominated USF, who
They
we
did.
gave tons of praise for having that potent offense, that potent air raid,
Yeah.
and that dual threat quarterback in Byron Brown. So if Navy comes out and shuts down UNT potentially and takes care of Army, which could also be a tough game for them because then you've got triple option versus triple option, and that game just means more. I mean,
That
you
game-
got the U.S. Army versus the U.S. Navy. I mean, it just means more than putting points on the board at that point. You're just trying to inflict as much pain as humanly possible on the other team. So
That kind of sparks something in my mind. I don't know timing wise if we want to do this or not, but I would love to hear like a top 5 best rivalry. games.
yeah. Oh, I'm in for that.
You want to go for it?
Well, I mean,
Off the dome?
might have to do some research on this.
Okay.
So I think that we definitely are going to mix it in. I'd like to mix it in next week.
Yeah, let's
I'm
mix
in
it
for
in
that.
next week.
That'd be a
'cause
great segment.
That would be great, actually.
You know what I'll actually love to get on the podcast?
Hmm.
Just to get an insight of this? Jackson Beatty.
Yeah.
Jackson Beatty, shout out to you if you're listening. We
Navy
played
product.
with him in high school
Yeah.
and product of Slammers and Lakewood High School.
Correct.
Went to Navy. He's pitching at Navy right now.
Mhm.
And just to hear that from like a guy that's A, at the school, but B, a part of an athletic program, how much that rivalry really means to somebody there,
Mhm.
I'd love to hear his insight.
Because there's a lot to that rivalry.
Yeah.
Not even just football, but all sports across the board.
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like. But like football, obviously, you're going to see that more. I mean, there's like the there's a part in the game where they like swap back the cadets, where like they have one, like they literally not kidnap, but
Right.
like they take the other cadet and then they finally like bring him back.
Yeah,
Kind of cool.
it's super cool.
Yeah, I mean the whole like
Oldest rivalry in sports.
and honestly with it too, that is the only game that takes place that week.
Yeah,
of
it's
college
literally
football.
Army Navy week.
Yeah.
Week 15 or whatever.
Yeah, that is
The only
literally
game that
that
happens.
is the week.
Yeah,
That's it.
the whole entire country's eyes.
It's
are on
just
this game.
dedicated-
Just watching 1930s football on national television in 2025.
That's what it's dedicated to.
It's awesome.
It's
So I'm excited
beautiful.
for that.
I guess that'll move it into our picks for
Sure.
this weekend. I guess we can kind of go back and forth on this one.
Yeah.
I'll start off with BYU versus Cincinnati. Number 12 BYU versus number 25 Cincinnati. We got Cincinnati at home for that game. I'm gonna just say BYU's taking this game. I think it's pretty easier said than done, but I just believe in this BYU team over than Cincinnati team. I think Cincinnati, they've just been very questionable, kind of just snuck away with a couple wins here and there. But overall, I just don't see the depth there. And even BYU, I don't even think that BYU is a great team overall. But I think you got to give the edge to BYU to be able to take care of business on the road. I don't think that Cincinnati's a difficult place to play at. I don't see it as intimidating, so I'm taking BYU.
Yeah, right along the same lines. I think BYU takes this game easily. Cincinnati doesn't seem like a tough place to play to me. I mean, Cincinnati's had some very, very tough losses this year, and none of them are quality, per se. You end up losing to Utah by a gajillion. You lose to U of A last week. Sorsby,
You lose to Nebraska.
You lose to Nebraska, first game of the year. I mean, Sorsby, I was giving him so much praise for Heisman talks, and he's just kind of turned into, kind of an average Joe sort of quarterback for them, not exactly the X factor that we thought he was going to be. And so I think BYU and Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah,
remember,
give me Bear.
47 under center.
Just
Gritty
as
give
hell.
me him just throwing quick slants the whole game and just being an absolute dog out there, taking
Love
the
it.
dub.
Love it.
Yeah.
Number 2 game here, I got number 22 Pitt versus Georgia Tech 16th. Georgia Tech is home for this game. I think, in my opinion, obviously ACC showdown here. Both of them are ranked, but at the end of the day, like as we mentioned, the ACC is just, god awful. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this game, honestly. But all I have to say about this, after what I said last week about Pitt and their coach, and I get that he was talking about this week's matchup, but at the same time, I just feel like as a team, how are you able to kind of back that up, I guess? And maybe it's just personal bias where I'm just like, I just don't like this coach anymore, and I don't want to see him win. But I'm also all about the home field advantage, even though Georgia Tech isn't like the most intimidating place to play at. However, I just think, and Georgia Tech last week had a rough game against a 1-win Boston College, but still, I love Haynes King. Awesome guy, super gritty athlete, just loves to just throw his shoulder down and just take contact and isn't afraid of that. So I believe that, Georgia Tech is able to take care of business at home and beat Pitt this week. So I'm taking Georgia Tech.
I am going to side with the Pitt Panthers on this one.
Okay.
Because we talked about the ACC being an absolute cluster. I think this just adds fuel to the fire.
100%.
I think Georgia Tech goes down. You got another 2-loss team in the mix. I don't think any team sticks out. I just love how that is just going to cause more chaos. I think that Pitt and Mr. Mason Heinschel is now at quarterback for them. I think he just airs it out against a not very good secondary in Georgia Tech. I mean, we talked about them almost losing to a 1-win team last week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that Pitt comes out and they just go, all right, if Coach Narduzzi thinks that this is the game that matters, and let's go make it happen. Let's make this shit matter. So
Sure.
I got the Panthers. I think I saw a stat on game day last weekend. The Pitt front four, they are the 4th most get to the quarterback the fourth most in the entire country. Like, they're not exactly getting sacks, but they're like putting on QB pressures,
Yeah.
fourth most in the country. So I see that giving Haynes King a little bit of a struggle, and I see them taking down the Jackets.
I like
I'm
it.
going to go with the Panthers.
I like it. I think I could see it go either way.
Yeah,
I
100%.
like that. So third game here, I got USC versus Oregon. Number 8 Oregon and number 17 USC. Oregon's home for this game. I got the Oregon Ducks on this. I just think that you take a team like USC where I think weather plays a factor in this game. Like, I think Oregon, I don't know what the weather's going to be like for this weekend, but I would imagine it's not looking like USC where it's 75 and sunny out there.
Yeah.
I see it as just being kind of like a gritty game, and I think Dante Moore. Obviously, I really do like Maeva for USC, and I like the offense there that USC's got. But I think just Oregon just plays into that role of being able to take care of the ball, be more efficient with it in that type of environment, and is just able to sneak out with like a tough, close win. So I got the Oregon Ducks on this one.
Yeah, I have to side with you here. I think that after last week, I talked about how I thought that Iowa was just going to get ran through by USC.
Mm-hmm.
And they put up a really good fight. And I think that everything that USC could possibly need to go in their favor was going in their favor. And they barely sneak away with that win. So I think they go into a rowdy Autzen Stadium this weekend and just get their teeth kicked in by Dante Moore. So, I got the Ducks on this one.
I like it. Quack.
Quack, quack.
For the last game, rounding it out, we got number 20 Louisville versus SMU. SMU is home for this game. I'm just gonna say it. I'm taking SMU on this one for the upset. I like the home field advantage, but I don't even think that plays much of a factor in this game. I just think that honestly, this is more kind of based what I saw SMU do against Miami, and I don't think that SMU should be a ranked team. Don't get me wrong. I also don't think that Louisville should be a ranked team. Both of them have the same record. I think this is kind of a game that people aren't really like giving a whole lot of love to SMU, and they're just kind of looking at it and they're like, all right, Louisville's ranked, like SMU, what have they really done? And it's like, dude, this team is still good. Their quarterback is still Jennings, I believe.
Yes, Kevin Jennings.
Yeah, Kevin Jennings. Like, still a great quarterback who's leading a really good offense, and they haven't really been known for having a great defense, but they like shut down and caused a lot of mayhem to Carson Beck when they played Miami. And I see it kind of going the same way in this situation where it's kind of a game where somebody like a team like Louisville or a team Miami isn't really like they're kind of overlooking this SMU team, and I see it as kind of like a dangerous trap game especially for a team like Louisville who's really looking to kind of get that one win to be able to get into the ACC championship and kind of make a run for the playoff. So I got SMU on this one.
Yeah, I think that I'm going to have to side with you here. I don't think this is even – I wouldn't even call this an upset. I mean, I know Louisville's ranked 20th right now, but this is not – I mean, they are not favored to win this game. I think that SMU took care of business against Miami early in the year. I think those rich kids out in Dallas are going to be coming out. It is, I do believe it is senior day. It is senior day for the Methodist
All right.
Mustangs, and I think that these the rowdy fans, these fans are going to come out swinging. It's going to be a great game, and I think that Kevin Jennings takes down the Cardinals. SMU, fun fact, is the second best defense in the entire ACC when it comes to conference play. I think they shut down a struggling offense in Louisville. Give me the Mustangs.
Yeah, SMU to me is a team where, obviously they had the ban for a while there. SMU is really looking for like a good football program like they used to have. Like this is a team who's hungry. Yeah.
Hey Beatty, can you possibly edit out this part of the video? I gotta take a Sorry guys, had a slight intermission there, but no, back to what we were saying about Louisville. Louisville is gonna be in a tough spot in that game against SMU.
Yeah, SMU is definitely looking, obviously, as I mentioned before, SMU is looking for that football program to be back. And, they're making waves. They're doing a good job as far as right now. Obviously, a playoff team last year.
Yep.
Obviously, not making the playoffs this year, but still going to be
Hey, crazy enough, they are in the ACC runnings right now.
Yeah, I mean, they are.
Obviously,
they're not,
we talk about the ACC being
they're not out of the
crazy.
picture, but like that's a team that
They're
like
right there, one loss in the ACC.
yeah, I mean that's a team in the future where like if they really invest in that program well, like that's kind of that's a hot spot as far as recruiting goes.
Their only loss is to Wake Forest, 13-12
in conference play.
Yeah,
and then they have
13-12.
Their other loss, Baylor.
Well, yeah, Baylor.
Duh.
Baylor by 3, and then they lost to TCU by 10. But if we're just talking about ACC, I mean, what a brutal way. I mean, they should be number 1 in the ACC right now.
Yeah.
If they don't lose to Wake Forest 13-12. What are we talking about?
I mean, what are we doing?
I mean, Wake Forest, what a tough environment that is, huh?
The Demon Deacons.
Oh, boy.
All right, so I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that'll move us on to our next segment, which is... Are you smarter than a Doane baseball player? Yay!
Woo! Cue the fun music.
Cue that.
Cue it.
Awesome.
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 Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I will be doing the questions.
No,
Beatty's
going to be doing the questions. We're going to be answering together.
Yeah, we're going to be working as a team.
Calling the cold caller, and that's how we're going to be doing it this week. So, cold caller first is going to be Mr. Randy Albaret, former teammate of me and Nick's at Cameron. He resides in San Francisco, California.
Correct.
So we're going to hope that he gives us an answer here. You got the questions queued up, Beatty. All right.
3 questions, correct?
Let's play ball.
Ooh, okay. Some bonus questions.
Let's hope he answers this pretty professionally. Dude, he might be working at Lowe's right now. Shout out to Lowe's.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's a no-go.
So that's gonna be a no.
All right, Ethan Lewis, you made the ring.
And then I got one more.
All right, let's see if E-Man Lewis. Shout out to Ethan Lewis, former teammate of me and Nick's, is currently a pitcher at Yale.
Yale
Mr.
University.
Smart Guy.
Sub as well.
Subby righty. We're going to give Ethan Lewis a call here.
Very
I hope
smart
he
guy.
answers so bad. I haven't talked to this guy in a while.
He's a good guy. He's
real.
definitely going to win. Or he should. That'd be
I
Yale.
think it's Yale.
It should be Yale.
And then Doane. Ethan! E-Man! Dude, you're live on Lawn Chair Talk.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
Dude, it's great to have you here. This is a segment that we started a while back. It's a segment called Are You Smarter Than a Doane Baseball Player? How are your trivia skills feeling?
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah, wise words from a wise man over there at Yale.
Hey, Lewis, what's going on, dude?
Put me on the spot here. I like it.
Yeah, that's how this game works. Nobody knows that we're calling them. Actually, the last guy to do this game was actually Kev Dog Russo. So,
Okay.
shout out to Kev Dog if you're watching the program. But Ethan, are you ready to rock here?
Okay, yeah, let's jump into it.
All right, Beatty.
All right, so E-Man.
Ethan, we are going to answer this question. But we're going to put you on mute so that way you don't hear our answer.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
And then you'll get the question.
Yep, same question.
Here we go.
All right, start, Beatty.
All right. What singular player has the most NBA championship rings?
I'm going to say Bill Russell.
Yeah, Bill Russell.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Nice.
Let's go. Good
All right, everybody shut up.
All right, here we go.
All right, tell the question to Ethan.
All right, Ethan. What singular
ears.
NBA player has the most NBA championship rings?
Let's go, walking Bill Russell.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, we both got that one right. Good job, Ethan.
All right.
This is Lewis. How about that?
So that question was worth 1 point, and the next question is going to be worth 2 points.
All right, sounds good.
All right, I'm going to put you on mute here.
Back on you.
Oh, we got an ad from Pillsbury here, by the way. Sorry the interruption.
So, how is your guys' music knowledge?
Shit.
Not great.
All right. What singer has won the most Grammys in history? She.
Oh, I know
is a
who it is.
female.
I think it's Beyonce.
Think
Yeah.
you're like confident on
Yeah.
it?
Super confident, actually. I saw it on a TikTok once.
All right, let's lock in Beyonce.
Got
It
it?
is?
I'll tell you
All right. Oh, I'm so back. All right, everybody, shut up. All right, Ethan, are you ready?
Hit me.
All right, Ethan. So this singer is a female, and what singer has won the most Grammys in history?
That's a great question. Yeah, I really have no clue. I'll probably say we'll say Adele or something like that.
Oh,
Not
good
bad.
guess.
Not a bad
Good
guess.
guess.
The answer was Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan, although we have 3 right now and you have 1, you've got a chance to come back here. If you get the third question, it's worth 3 points. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
do
I'm
it.
going to put you on pause here. All right.
2022, the Texas Longhorns were playing in the College World Series. What team knocked them out with a walk-off home run?
Texas was playing in the World Series?
Yeah.
2022.
In 2022. A walk-off bomb. Oh, I think I know who it is.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's think about this. This was our senior year.
Yep.
I believe Oklahoma was playing in the national championship
Against Ole Miss.
against Ole Miss.
But I think it was a different team than either of those.
You think?
I think it was Arizona.
No, I don't
Does that
think.
not sound right? I can't look at Beatty. He's not going to give me any hints.
Can we get a hint on it?
No hints. No hints.
No hints?
No hints.
I was going to ask for a conference, but I feel like that's...
Yeah, that'd be a giveaway. What do you think? I don't know why, but
I'm
I
trying
think
to think.
Arizona was the team that did it. But I don't know.
I don't think it was.
Maybe it was-
dude.
It could be Ole Miss. I don't think it was Ole Miss. Maybe it was OU.
No, it wasn't OU.
I feel like we would know if it was OU. Red River Rivalry?
Yeah, I think it was Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. That's fine. I don't really know.
I think
I
it
was
was
just
Ole
shooting in
Miss.
the dark. We're going to go Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Not even close, gentlemen.
Really?
No, the answer is Notre Dame.
Okay, well, I'm
okay.
gonna ask Lewis real quick. All right, so Lewis, we actually missed this one, so it's time for you to shine here.
Pressure's on.
All right, Ethan. In 2022, the Texas Longhorns were playing in the College World Series. What team knocked them out with a walk-off home run?
2022.
Yeah, senior year. Boy, is that a blast from the past.
I'm trying to think.
Come on, make Yale proud here.
Well, I know it wasn't the Yale Bulldogs. Sadly, I think
You got a lot of presidents looking down on you right now, making sure you get this right.
we just missed the College World Series that year.
Barely.
So,
Barely. And then they got their saving grace, and now they're going to make it this year.
Here's hoping. But, yeah, I really have no clue. It's probably a shot in the dark. I'll say LSU.
No, you're
Nope,
incorrect. I'm
Ethan,
sorry,
you are
Ethan.
incorrect. But, Ethan, we're going to give you one bonus question because you are a guest on Launch.
Oh, I love it.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Ethan.
Well, tell him the answer.
Oh, the answer was
yeah.
Notre
The
Dame.
answer was Notre Dame.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Yep. All right, Ethan. Since you are a smart guy who goes to Yale, what would you say your best subject in school is?
I'd say economics. That's my major, so hopefully I'm pretty good.
All right, so we're going to go with history.
Hey, close enough. Close enough.
I love it.
Keeping you on your damn toes. Welcome to Lawn Chair Talk, where we don't give a rat's ass what your major is.
All right, I love it.
All right, I got to find a question. Got to give you a good one.
Well, I mean, how do you even do an economics question? Solve this
Who's Karl?
income
Who's
sheet.
Karl Marx? All right. First president.
Hit me with what president was on Yale baseball. Give me that question.
Oh, I want to know this question now.
Okay, well, that's fair. We and Nick should be able to answer this.
Well, there's actually two. That's kind of a big hit.
Oh, shit.
On Yale's baseball team?
Well, I know Abe Lincoln didn't play ball.
You could answer either one.
Okay, are we doing this?
Oh, so that
Yeah.
okay? Yeah. Well, turns out
Great.
we're within the
But still cook him with a bonus question too.
No. We should just do this as the bonus question.
Yeah.
If we don't get this,
But he knows the
oh,
answer.
he knows the answer.
So
Yeah,
you
Great.
get
asked him.
you get another
Okay.
you get another question. We'll
we
try
get
to
the bonus
answer this.
question. Okay.
Okay.
So what do you think, Nick? I mean,
Well,
it's got to be
we got to talk it through.
post 1900.
Yeah. I don't know my presidents very well.
I don't know mine either. Well, I'm gonna say Mr. Taft. He was pretty fat. He probably didn't play ball.
Lewis, can
Ronald
you give us
Reagan
can
didn't go to Yale.
Lewis, can you give us some sort of a hint?
Yeah, we'll say post 1950.
Okay, that's definitely nice. Okay, so 1950s. I'm gonna say that Richard Nixon was in there, maybe.
Think more modern.
Yeah, Richard Nixon, maybe.
Nixon.
Okay, think
Yeah.
about that. Nixon. I'm thinking Reagan was in the 80s. So not him.
I don't think it would
He
be
also
Reagan.
didn't go to Yale. What about Lyndon B. Johnson? When was he in
Ooh.
office?
Maybe.
What
What about
about Donald Trump?
probably
no,
not?
he didn't go to Yale.
What about
Yeah,
Bush?
Not him. Oh, sorry.
Um, I mean, what are we thinking?
I think we roll with like Richard Nixon, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, final answer is
yeah.
Richard Nixon.
sadly incorrect. It
Who
was,
won?
Both George H.W. and W. both were baseball team.
Dude, okay, so I had it. I was on the right track.
Wait, I totally botched that question because he said post 50s. That would have been when they played baseball, not when they were president. I was thinking, oh, okay, 50s presidents. That means they played in the early 1900s.
Technically applies to both. I mean, we live in a world post 1950.
It's true. It's true. Okay, are you ready for the next question?
Give me my bonus question.
All right, so if he's tuned into Lawn Chair Talk this season, then he's heard the question, but I don't think he has.
Oh, I love it.
When did the Berlin Wall fall?
Ooh, Berlin Wall.
All right, so
Do you remember the answer?
I think
It's gotta
I
be-
remember which one I said that was wrong.
What do you guys say?
He said, do you remember what you said? Or do you remember what the answer was? And I said, I think I remember what I answered, and it was wrong.
All right, so I'm thinking post Cold War here.
Good. On the right track.
Shoot, I mean,
That's go to Yale.
it's got to be like in the 90s, like early 90s maybe. I'll say, we'll say like 91. 1991 final answer.
I'll give you another guess.
Give you
Get
one last answer.
I'm going to give you one last guess, and I'll give you...
Okay, so I'm close.
You're close.
You're very
I'm
close.
going to give you a hint. The president at the time is a president that I have mentioned a couple times on this episode.
Okay,
Like on the phone with you.
I think you named just about every president
Just give him the.
a few minutes ago.
Okay, I'll give you the president then.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
The president at the time? Oh, I think I know what it is. I think we talked about it. I believe it was Reagan.
The president at the time-
Nope.
The president at the time was George H.W. Bush.
George H.W. Yale alum. How do you not know this?
Let's see. So HW would have been in office from. Gosh, I really should know this. So, okay, it would have been. If my math is correct, it would have been like 89 to 93. So then, I guess that would go with my 91 guess.
91. Okay, final guess, Beatty, is 90.
If I'm close, so 1990, I don't know.
Okay, he's going to go in 1990.
He was so close, but it was 1989.
Oh, shit!
No.
You guys beat me. I guess Doane is.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yale ain't shit, huh?
Yeah. Well, hats off to you fellas.
Hey, Ethan, I'll make sure to give you a ring so we can have a real conversation. But listen, we appreciate the participation in this weekend's podcast.
Yeah, man. I gotta help out the boys any way I can.
Hey, preach. You take care, brother. We'll touch base soon.
Yeah.
Later, homie.
That's awesome.
Doane is smarter than Yale.
Merrill will ring.
Merrill will ring.
Merrill will ring. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Taking down. I mean, honestly, the questions more favored us, I would say, as far as like sports go.
Yeah,
I mean, he was on the right track.
Yeah, he did. He was damn close. Way better than we were.
I mean, I don't think
I think
we were.
I said like 65. I think or 61.
We also got the only thing that saved us was getting the music question right.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So-
I just saw it on a TikTok one time. I believe so.
You guys
I
wanna
mean-
hear the other two questions?
Huh?
You want to hear the other two questions?
No, save them for next week.
Yeah, let's save him.
Save them in the chamber. Okay, fine. What were they, baby?
Okay, here we go.
The leading passer in the
Okay, so you just ever.
Sorry.
Oh, it's the
Career.
Case Keenum.
Wow, that's a good guess.
All right, until next time.
All right, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like,
Absolutely.
comment, subscribe. Check out the Instagram. Make sure you tune in for the giveaway. Check out our TikTok. We're going to be posting clips here soon. But as always, we just appreciate you guys stopping in. So
And that's it.
until next time, we will see you guys later. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what we missed. And shout out to Doane being smarter than Yale.
Sunday
See
with
you guys
that.
later.